I think all four of us going to the Olympics is a huge thing for our program because every year we talk about getting better, getting higher recruits, getting higher place in NCAAs, and I think this is a great start to get those top-end recruits that want to come because they can see that we're producing talent, that we're getting better short course and long course in the season. I think this is an amazing accomplishment and portrays really greatly that NC State, Todd, Braden, Gary, Bobby, Mal can all produce talent. They can take in great talent and they can even make them better. I think this speaks highly of NC State as a program.
I would also say 2 or 3 years ago when all of us came in, or 4 years ago when Simi came in, probably none of us were even close to being at an Olympic level. So just seeing how much we've improved, all of us, while we've been here, is proof of how good the coaches are here.
I would say we're just taking care of our bodies more. We don't go to do extreme sports or anything. We just try not to get injuries, take care of ourselves, take care of our bodies, be smart. Over the summer when everybody's having more fun, going to the lakes, beaches, but we have to keep on focused to the Olympics and just stay focused on the goal.
And I would say me swimming for a relay, I always feel more pressure swimming for a relay than I do individually because I don't want to, first of all, let myself down, but then more importantly, let my teammates down. And especially me being new to a national team, I don't want to let my other 3 teammates down. So I'm trying to push myself a little bit harder, a little bit faster, just thinking I don't want to let anyone else down.
That mindset is different on the relay, of course, but it's overall swimming for the team gives you more, you put in more effort to just push yourself harder and get more out of yourself, out of your training, because when you don't swim for yourself, you swim for someone else, it's easier to think about it and have a better mindset.
I think that it also helped, the experience of being that high pressure situation at NCAA probably helped us when we had to go to our qualification meets for the Olympics, because then you had already tried something that was really high pressure and you really wanted to do well, so then it wasn't as scary at our Olympic trials. And then also just all of us training together and competing together and knowing what each other can do also just helps all of us, I don't know, do better when we get to the big meets, I feel because you know how well they're doing, so you know that you can do the same thing somewhat because we all practice together.
And well, actually, I don't know personally, but but many people have said the Olympic trials is the hardest, most pressure-filled meet that there ever will be. And then once you get to the Olympics, it's a piece of cake. I don't know that. I'm sure it'll be still quite as pressure-filled, but there's nothing quite like Olympic trials, American Olympic trials, with fireworks, light shows, everything going off, just to send 2 swimmers in each event. I think the pressure there is, it's just unbelievable. It's uncomparable. Olympics, I think it will be different because it's not everyone's cheering for you, if that makes sense. Well, they're all Americans in Olympic trials, but you got a little section of Americans, a little Brazilians, French, and so the crowd is not as there as present, if that makes sense. I think for me personally, I love it when I race Simi. Simi and I are best friends out of the pool, but when it gets behind the blocks, we are completely focused. Sorry, man, if I beat you. It happens. It is all competitor, and so, yes, I'm a little glad that I don't have to race in the Olympics, but no, because I think if we would race each other, we'd just push each other even more.
Of course, it's always a concern when so many people are talking about it, when the media is talking about it, when your Olympic Federation is talking about it. But you have to realize that they do everything in their power to make sure that it's safe, and mostly that it's safe for the athletes there. So I think, of course, you should not put yourself out there in a dangerous situation, but if you stay in the boundaries of the Olympic Village and stuff like that, I think you'll be completely safe. Also with the Zika virus, I think it's in some way a little bit a hype thing. People talk too much about it, but in all reality, it will not be a problem. Because right now it's winter in Brazil, and that means no mosquitoes. Like just think here in North Carolina, how many mosquitoes is there in the winter? I just think you have to be a little more precautionary. But in the end, I've heard they will take in the Army and the Navy there. So I think these 14 days or 20 days will be safe. And afterwards, when all the media is gone, when all the athletes is gone, I think you should refrain from going there.
Just right now, we're like, it's nothing different. We're swimming here. We're like training here with our coaches, our teammates. So it's like, okay, it's nothing different so far. Especially it's not only like 4 of us swimming all the time. It's like the whole team keeps on swimming, helping us improve. But of course, when we get there, I don't hope, it's definitely gonna hit you. It's like, oh, you're in the Olympics. It's like, you're there. I would say, at least for me, after being here for 4 years, this is kind of home already. So training here is more like home than back in Lithuania for me from now on. Like after my freshman year, like I feel here more home, especially in the pool with like all my coaches, all my teammates. Like this is my second family, so I feel like it's home here already. So.
Yeah, I think, well, we decided to stay here because we believe that the training here is better than it would be if we went home. So.
Yeah, we sort of got an invitation to go home and train with the national team, but we both know that in order to perform at the highest level, we have to stay here because we know the training, we trust our coach staff, we trust our training, so that's why we have to stay here. And it has been great so far.
Yep.